It's your Men's Viewpoint.
What it do?
We are live.
What's good? What's Gucci?
All right, so we need y'all to like, number one, when you step inside my house, clean your shoes off. So when you step in the building, make sure you like the video. Let that be the first thing you do. Anytime you come in, make sure you like the video first, okay?
Let's do it.
Then after that, then you share. We're going to have a phenomenal show. I am your boy, Trey. Everybody know me as Trey from Men's Viewpoint, the hard truth teller in the building. Go follow me, Bluerayfitness on Instagram. And hey, listen, make sure if you want a phenomenal detox, go to www.inches360.com and go get your detox pills to make sure that you clean out your body. You have to eat healthy because true health is wealth, okay? So make sure you like the video, share the video, support all our platforms. Go get you some detox pills. And I'm not just selling them, okay? This is for your health. Health as well. All right. Shout out to my boy. He gonna introduce himself.
Yeah, what it do? It's your boy Boss Man. Again, follow me, Boss Antoine King Antoine on all platforms. And we're here. We're ready to get things going.
All right. Now we told y'all to like the video. Amir, how many likes do we have so far?
2.
Okay. We got 2 likes at the moment. 20 people viewing. Come on, y'all. Come on now. Support the platform.
Oh, the disrespect.
Get them likes up. Yeah, the disrespect. What's the boss say? Oh, the disrespect.
Right. Yeah, we definitely need more than 2 likes. If it's 15, 20 y'all think, you know what I'm saying, already in there.
It's 11 likes, 19 likes now.
There we go.
25.
There we go. That's a lot better. Now we can get things rocking and rolling.
30 likes. 32.
Okay. Now we having a conversation. You follow what I'm saying? People they done pulled up to the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? And now they're ready to sit down and have some decent dialogue. But yeah, I know y'all see that title.
All right, in the comments, make sure you put where you are from. Where are you from? Where are you from? Put your city, put your state, represent for your people. We here at Men's Viewpoint, the hottest podcast. Y'all already know we started this. I'm not going to shade none of the other content creators, but Men's Viewpoint was the first podcast out. Known. That's a fact. We got receipts on us, but we back, all right? Listen, remember, support the platform. So, how was your week, boss?
Well, my week was blessed as always. I cannot complain. Good, bad, ugly, beautiful. Every day is a blessed day to be above ground. So I'm thankful. Thankful week, bro. How about yourself?
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna say I had a rough week, but I had to figure some things out, schedule some things, and get some things prioritized.
Right.
But listen, y'all, we got the Young Millionaires in Training coming soon. YMIT coming. So we solidifying that this week. Shout out to my brother, my little bro, Jake Taylor Jacobs. If you're not following Jake Taylor Jacobs on all platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, what are you doing? You want to understand about business? We got the Young Millionaires in Training coming soon because we are not just getting on these platforms running our mouths. See, that's what a lot of things happen. And I'm not shading nobody, right? But a lot of these people that y'all support, they don't do nothing in real life. They just want to get on the internet, make money from their views, and don't give back to the community. I'm an advocate of, especially black people, and I just got to be transparent. If you call yourself a black-owned business and if you're not pouring back into the youth, I got a problem with that. That's just my personal conviction, because you're just letting me know that you want money, but you're not trying to bless. You're not trying to give back. Because if we just have money and then every time you get a dime, you don't recycle your money back into your community, you don't recycle your money with your people, what are we doing? Why should we support you? Just my personal opinion. Boss, that's just my personal opinion.
Okay. I mean, I'm not against that. I'm not mad at that.
Because think about this. Listen, if you go to Chinatown, right? Mm-hmm. One thing about the Asian culture, they are going to support their people before they support anybody else.
That's a fact.
But but soon as we get a couple of dollars, we take our money and we go somewhere else.
You know what? Just for conversation purposes, I'm gonna bring a different angle to this.
Talk to me.
Again, now, number one, you're right. Let's now. I will agree to that. If I disagree, I'll definitely tell you. But now, I wholeheartedly agree. Now, I think where the divide will be with some people is with other cultures, as you just spoke about. Like the Chinese man is going to look out for the Chinese man and woman, so on to the Indian family, and so on to our African brothers and sisters, Hispanic, so on and so forth. So what would you say to the black men and women who want to support their fellow brothers and sisters? However, so many of our brothers and sisters have sold out their value systems, their integrity, have sold out to the media, to the agenda that directly impact and destroy the family, and so on and so forth. I mean, I already have an answer for that, but I'm curious to know, like, what would be your response? Because again, back to the Chinese man, they're all on one accord. Back to the Indian man and woman, they're all on one accord. They own generational wealth, their own family, a productive family. Again, same to the Chinese man and woman, same to the Hispanic brothers and sisters, so on and so forth. But if we come into our own community, our community is just, bro, hey, listen, whatever goes, goes. We have no standards, very little standards. And salute to the people who do. Salute to the black men and women who do. All right, I'm not talking to everybody. But we lack, like drastically. Like, we lack. So what would be your response to somebody who wants to be a part of my black brothers and sisters but don't feel equally yoked because so many of us are still on negligence?
Gotcha. So I totally understand what you're saying. That there's a lot of people that does not have the same standard that you have, does not have the same value system, don't stand on the same principles. So my answer would be doing what we're doing. And so I don't focus on adults. What I do is, what we're doing is, the PBS Society, Jake Taylor Jacobs, me and myself. Shout out to Amir, he's the producer. He's with the program. My boy Iggy, he with the program. What we're doing, and we're coming together collectively as a company, and we're going back and we're going to train young men and young women to have the value system that we have, to have the principles, to walk in integrity, to have the mindset that we already have, because a lot of them have not been distorted. A lot of them have not been corrupted and polluted. So if we can't deal with the adults, we just go get the youth. And then a lot of times when parents see you having an effect on their children, then they want to tiptoe.
Yeah.
What y'all got going on over there? Because they've seen the results and they've seen the change in their own child.
Right. Phenomenal answer. I rock with that. Yeah.
All right, now listen, man. Boss, I'm going to let you jump it off about the actual subject. About the boy Tate brothers. Let's go.
All right, man. So I know y'all see the title. You know what I'm saying? I know we're a little late. It's been about a good week, if I'm not mistaken. But the Romanian government, the judge, went ahead and allowed for the Tate brothers to come home. They're still in a extended detention or detained, whatever the politics is out there in Romania. But the brothers, if you have not known, they are back in their home, and they are plotting and they are getting things together. And one thing I want to say is I like, truly, genuinely like how cautious, how purposeful their movement is right now.
I see it too. I seen it.
Yeah, man. It's Andrew, I already know. You know what I'm saying? It's a million things going on at once. Same to Tristan, man. Like Tristan made a post. He was saying, like, listen, to anybody who's wronged me, just know I forgive you. I forgive you. With no hard feelings. And he was talking about being in jail for 3 months ain't nothing. Me holding on to hate towards you, I'd be in prison for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So he was just like, no, woo-de-woo, so on and so forth. But I love how the precision of their movement and what they're doing, and they're keeping that information. They learned a lot. Man. If nobody knows, the first chapter of the 48 Laws of Power is to never outshine the boss. And when we're on these platforms, and I'm somebody who, of course, wholeheartedly believe in freedom of speech. I will for always believe in freedom of speech, and that's what that is. Adding to that conversation, in the midst of freedom of speech on these platforms that reach that reach larger audiences, as our platform has, of course. Now you have the ears of people around the world, and just keep in mind, to my fellow brothers and sisters, you do not want to make enemies with I don't say you don't want to make enemies. I would say if you want to stir up a war, be prepared for it. It's probably a better way of saying it. You know what I'm saying? Don't jump off the ledge too quick and get out there and make powerful enemies and you ain't prepared for it. Because if they want you, they'll come get you. And we can see right now in real time here in America, overseas, that all they got to do is push a lie long enough. You know what I'm saying? Push a lie long enough. And I think Hitler said that. If you tell a lie long enough, it become the truth. That's a fact. So, you know, all they gotta do is if they don't like you, all they gotta do is lie on you and stand on your neck with it. You know, but yeah, I'm happy that the brothers are home. I'm 100% support the evidence, as we are all people who support and rock with the Tate brothers already knew this was nonsense from the jump.
For sure.
But to the people out there who, you know, who disrespected them, who took jabs, you know, while those brothers didn't have a voice, I will hope that you're wise enough to correct yourself, right? Because
Sure.
The evidence is now, and it's sad that the evidence has to be so aggressive. You know what I'm saying? It's even like being black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They
Brother
are
man
black.
over here, what you got, brother?
They are black.
Well, I know that. I know. Yeah. They are black. Yeah, these are black brothers. But what I'm saying is, but it is like being a black man in America, because this brother over here, this gentleman over here is, achieve X, Y, and Z, but he didn't have to go through a tenth of what we got to go through just to be on an equal playing field.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Facts.
everything is an uphill climb, when it shouldn't be. So again, closing out, man. Salute to the brothers making it back home. Blue, what's your input on that?
Well, I believe in the Bible, and I understand that there are some aspects of the Bible a lot of people don't believe in, and I'm 100% okay with that. But one thing I do know is that when it comes to principles, the Bible ain't never went wrong. Has never missed. And there's a scripture, Matthew 6:3, it says, "But when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what the right hand is doing." Right? And I brought out that scripture in the context of the Tate brothers, because they were loud and boisterous about their moves.
Yeah.
And like you said, that gave the enemy an angle to come at them.
Right.
So now, like you said, now they're being very strategic about what they're doing. They're not. I would assume they're not going to get on the internet and broadcast a lot of the things they were doing. I remember when I know they had that one website and people were cyber attacking it. They were trying to get it shut down. They were shutting down, this, that, another. But if he had never exposed his, the lanes that he was going down, he was walking down the aisle he was on, they wouldn't ever know what aisle to come down. So
yeah.
I think you got to take the scripture at his word. Say, don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Sometimes you got to do things in secret. And the verse 4 talked about God rewarding you openly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my only take on that.
Well, it's funny you say that, because the very thing that got them locked up is what also got them to be who they are.
That's a fact.
So if they wasn't like that, it's like how they would have climbed.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, they were already rich before. They were rich before they hit the internet. But what you're saying is that they wouldn't have gotten the notoriety.
Oh, for sure.
If they hadn't done what they done. So I totally understand what you're saying as from being popular.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, it's good.
Reach.
Sometimes it's good to be super rich and not popular. But for what their mission is and what they're trying to do,
right,
they had to become popular. Because I understand that they were getting men. They were giving men a certain message.
Right.
And you already know, when you look at society, they don't want strong heterosexual men.
No.
On no level.
No. Well, at least not in the West.
Facts.
In the UE, for sure. In more Middle Eastern, for sure. African cultures, for sure. But anywhere where we come in and we just, when I say we, it's sad I got to be a part of it, but just the westernized culture, they want to bleed over, all of the degeneracy all the way over and just force it down everybody's throat. And everybody ain't with that, and everybody don't support those movements. And just as much as you have a right, I guess, in this culture to do what you do, also the person who don't do that have the right to do what they do and stand on their principles, morals, and values as well. So yeah.
And let me say this, man. And I'm gonna say this to my Tate brother. I love Andrew and Christian. But y'all got to change y'all demographic of women.
Let's talk about it. See, go ahead.
See, black women, they might get on your nerve. They might nag, all that. But the average black woman not cutthroat to that extent to where they're going to try to get you locked up, et cetera, et cetera. I'm talking about the average. I'm not saying it does not happen because we know it's happened. Trust me, I know some testimonies.
Right.
But from my observation, other ethnicities, I'm not going to point one out, but I'm going to just say this, I'm going to generalize. Other ethnicities
have a strong history.
They are cutthroat when they come for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They will come for your life savings. They will try to bring you all the way down.
Right.
The most you're going to get out of a sister, for the most part, is her getting on your nerve, trying to go fight the other chick, talking about, making posts about the chick on social media,
right.
Pulling up out of crib. For the average. So listen, y'all listen. I see the type of women y'all roll with.
Right. So
Hold on, give me get that.
What the color say is out.
No, the complexion. Fellas, you a black man. Your daddy was black. Melanin in you. Listen, let me say this. If you don't like the westernized black women, there are a lot of Afro-Latino, there are a lot of Jamaican, there are a lot of cultural sisters.
Right.
This color. Right there. Yeah. That I won't ever go there with you. That are fit, feminine, friendly. Go to Jamaica. Go to some of these islands where y'all got the paper. All right, but listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. Keep going for Dolly Parton rejects. You're going to end up in the same situation.
Yeah, man, and it's sad, too, because the girl was in the last two was in Miami. Miami. She was trying to get hit Andrew for $200K to jumpstart her TikTok career, allegedly, but actually it's facts. But and of course he ain't going, and so they put it all the way out there too. Like, yeah, we're gonna expose. They're gonna make this up, make the girl cry harder. You know, you're not crying hard enough. We're gonna sell this to Netflix. So anyway, it's complete nonsense. I'm glad that again, all the original supporters, I mean, that was already understood that was some nonsense. But to everybody who's new, who wanted to point the finger, guilty before innocent, all the nonsense, hopefully you're able to say, you know what, I was wrong, and maybe next time I won't be so judgmental to the point of just throwing somebody down the gutter. Like, just come on now, you know what I'm saying? Observe the character, observe the facts, and then be judgmental. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
yeah, you know,
and there's nothing wrong with judging. I don't know where people got this mess from. They like, you got an issue with judging. There's nothing wrong with judging people. Where y'all get that from? Judge righteously. It's okay. Every decision that you make is a judgment call. Where do y'all get this from? Not judging people. I think that I've been so blessed to be able to have the experiences in my life because I judge everybody I come in contact with. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got. And if I judge you negatively, prove me that my assessment about you is not real.
Right.
And we'll be okay.
Right.
I'm not. Listen. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, but I'm telling you, you got one thing to do wrong, I'm gonna believe you.
Right.
When you show me who you are, I'm gonna believe you the first time. I'm not finna wait. You feel me?
Right. That's a fact.
All right, but listen, but this is what we're not doing. So there is a model, y'all. Y'all listen to this, fellas. Fellas, this is what we're not doing. Okay. There is a model by the name of, if I'm not mistaken, his name is Donovan Michaels. Okay. Donovan Michaels, he married a 80-year-old billionaire. He married a man. He married a man. 30-year-old model, Donovan Michaels married David Giffen. Now, David Giffen is 80 years old. The reason I'm bringing this up that we not doing this, first of all, you married a man.
Lord have mercy.
I guarantee your husband not wearing white underwear every day.
Oh man.
So you mean to tell me that I'm just being honest right now.
Bro,
We got to deal with it, brother.
that's disturbing, bro.
Chocolate City.
Oh, come on now, bro.
I just, like, what other? There's no other avenue. But my point for bringing this up, we not doing that. We're not compromising. We're not compromising our morals and values for money. That's my message.
Okay. Oh well, we can definitely dive in on that. I mean, if you out there doing whatever you got going on any level that's gonna compromise that value system, you're already out of pocket. And this right here is just something that should be understood. The fact we even got to bring this up is quite disturbing. Is this a black brother or what?
So, the model guy, Amir, the model guy is, I think he's half black. He's half black.
So he's
but
black.
The billionaire, he worth like 7.7 billion. And in my opinion, I feel like it's a money move. I don't believe that this dude is head over heels in love with this 80-year-old man. So my assessment, and the reason I even brought this up, that I feel like this man is compromising what he stand on just because he know this man ain't gonna live forever. And once if the man try to divorce him because of the LGBT, they got certain rights now. So I'm assuming since they got their rights that they get the same results when they divorce. As a heterosexual couple. So
you saying we got a young black man pulling a rich soccer mom move on a 80-year-old man.
Facts.
Wow. And he was so desperate he went to that side of the court to get the job there.
Yeah.
Man, listen, bro. What we're dealing with in 2023, there are so many different lanes of nonsense that it shouldn't even be worthy of a conversation, right? And I get it,
we gotta deal with this stuff. But what I'm
saying is this
like,
right here.
It's happening in social media. It's happening before our eyes, and this is men's viewpoint. And I call myself Trey, the hard truth teller, and I'm gonna give everybody the hard truth. And one thing I know about you, you stand on moral value privilege, and you're a stand-up guy. So if ain't nobody gonna deal with it, we gonna speak on it. Real men not marrying men, period. That's number one. And then we not compromising what we stand on for no money, period.
That's a fact. Well, no, that's a fact. Not to take no jabs at none of my brothers out there, but if it took us saying that to wake you up, brother, you got a bigger problem than what that you may be dealing with. So to whoever's watching who needed that information, yeah, God bless the world. But no. No, again, what I'm saying, you're correct on that. I mean, again, that's common sense. And it's damn sad, man. We really thoroughly, truly do. We have a sin issue on all fronts of war right now, and it looks to be as if sin is winning. Sin is having big W's across the board from a financial standpoint, from a war standpoint, from a cultural standpoint, a society standpoint, a moral standpoint. It's like sin is just running rapid, and it's caused so much confusion that what is now common sense is now deemed the enemy. And we're coming into a space to where it is scary, right? Like even like right now, not to even pivot from this, just in Israel, two of the congressmen, whoever who do the bill, to push a new bill, they got a new bill out right now that makes it illegal in Israel. Again, not saying it's going to get passed or not.
I know about Christianity.
There you go, a new bill that if you bring up the Bible, if you bring anything along those lines, you will be jailed for speaking that way. Yet again, they're not doing that for no other religion in the world. No other viewpoint in the world, right? But bringing it back on the highway, man.
No. Stay right there real quick. Hold on.
All right, we can go there.
But now I'm making one statement. But you got people say the Bible not real, but the Bible actually. Hold on. Watch this. Mm-hmm. The Bible actually prophesies that this was gonna happen.
That's a fact.
It is a prophecy in the Bible that was happening right now in Israel would happen. And that Bible was the one that y'all say was tampered with was written before I was born.
That's a fact.
Before you were born and everybody watching.
That's
so
a
how
fact.
you gonna call it fake when something is happening right now in today's society that was written in that fabricated book that y'all say fabricated
Right.
before you was even born? Make it make sense.
And you know what's funny about it? You know what's funny? I remember even, I don't want to bring it up, but with our fellow brother, pro-black brother, Marie, he always speaks about the Book of the Dead. Again, he's from the pro-black standpoint. I definitely respect.
I'm pro-black
standpoint.
for real.
Yeah. But he spoke about the Book of the Dead, and he was talking about how everything predates the Bible and yada yada, so on and so forth. And that's fine. That's the brother's stance. But what
a prophecy.
My point is, I just find it interesting that there's what other book are people attacking? What other book are people going out of their way to step on? And again, it's hilarious how outside of that topic, but it's hilarious how everybody was so smart. In my opinion, was so smart we're dumb. Because you do so much studying, so much history, so much quote unquote learning that you're ignoring the common basic sense right in front of your face. You don't see the everyday common sense right here in your face, but we can talk about how old dinosaurs are. They're 65 million years old. I'm like, and my brain says, okay, I'm not saying they are or they not, because who knows what God is our God's a big guy. So I don't know what it is, but my point is, but you're 40 years old, right? So, you know what I'm talking about? Like what? So anyway, my whole point is, my opinion, we're so smart that we're slow. Back to this culture, we're so educated that we're dumb. We have everything is up, is now down. Everything down is now up. Everything is just reversed on its head. And if you speak common, God-given common sense, you're a bigot. You're called names. You're stepped on. You're disrespected, all because you got two eyes in front of you. All because you're not slow, or you have basic common knowledge. It's not rocket science. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And but again, going back to the pro-black standpoint, in closing out from my point on this, to the believing of Yah, the whole space of it is just closing out on this. That book was not written. That book was not started here in America. That book, even before King James back in the 16th century got a hold of it, that was a book that the scriptures have been around for thousands of years. The scriptures predates all of what you're talking about. And then last but not least, when we come from the pro-black standpoint of there's data in Kemet and so on and so forth, that is actually true. That is actually very much true. And then when you read the Bible, you can kind of understand why. But long story short, I just find it interesting, man. We're living in some very weird, interesting, prophetic, saying it correctly?
Yes, sir.
Prophetic times. And that, if your book was that important to whoever's out there, then why isn't all cultures trying to destroy your book? Would be my question.
All right, so now I thank you for the likes. Remember, if you're watching this podcast right now, if you have not liked it, make sure you like the video. Make sure y'all share it right now if you have not shared, because we about to start talking about what all y'all love to talk about, and that's relationships. So the first 30 minutes, y'all know we did what we do, but we finna go on to get what y'all love to talk about, and that is relationships, because that's what men's viewpoint started about. We started talking about relationships, so we're gonna go on and get there. Amir, moving forward, if we have some questions that you feel like that need to be broadcasted, please stop us and ask those questions. So real quick, before we start with that, this kind of deals with relationships. There was a woman that killed a 4-month-old child because the father of the child didn't want to be with her. Boss, what you think about that?
Oh, wow. Black woman?
Black.
Well, first and foremost, is disturbing. It's sad. It's sad. It's another space that anytime we put our emotions first and we lean into our emotions and we make the emotion more important than the logic, we tend to go left dramatically, man and woman, period. So
that's facts.
It's just kind of confirming that, you know, we all got to maintain our frame to a strong degree. You know what I'm saying?
So what advice would you give a woman that's dealing with a man or has a child by a man, but the man doesn't want the relationship? So what advice would you give a woman to prevent something like this from transpiring?
Well, number one, make sure you're choosing right. Slow down. Quit having sex so fast. You know, date with intentions, date with purpose. That will eliminate a lot of the nonsense that you've been dealing with. You know, and just take time to vet. Get your emotions. Again, I know our sisters are emotional, and we as men can be as well. But just make sure that the emotions are in check. I'll say it like that. You know, just because humans can be an emotional creature does not mean that's the way we should be leading with. You know what I'm saying? Keep it in check. And then as you vet better, you will get better results.
So let's say emotions. So let's say the man spends time with the woman, emotions running high, and because I know it has happened to me, I was chilling with a woman, wasn't even thinking about going there or even having intercourse, but it ended up happening. Now I knew exactly what I was doing,
right?
And it happens, and the woman gets pregnant, and the man decides not to be there for that woman, because we know things do happen. I think we've all experienced that, even if we were serving God or not, we were trying to do right or not, that we decided to go ahead and get involved in something we know that we shouldn't have took at that particular moment. And understanding that when you do grown up things, you get grown up results, which require grown up responsibilities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's say a woman, she called herself vetting properly.
Okay.
She called herself vetting properly. She took her time, but she still ended up getting pregnant, and the man still left.
Well, I mean, at that point in time, there's really nothing she can do. You can't go around trying to control other people. So all she really can do is control herself and her actions. So, you know, number one, taking the life of a child is like what the child had to do with anything.
I agree.
You don't. Again, that goes back to other topics, and I'm standing on the highway, but it's just like, you know, we're killing innocent children all based off how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Which is complete nonsense. You know, and then the fact that you even still want to hurt or put damage to the man. So let's assume that the child wasn't hurt. The fact that you're willing to even attempt to bring, you know, that type of pressure on him as a man, all because he don't want to deal with you anymore. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not defending, but I am saying we have to make sure that our next move is our best move, and in order to do so, we got to be thinking at a higher frequency. If the brother don't want to be there, then I go through what you got to go through, my sister. You know what I'm saying? But keep your child, and then allow that man to leave, and then you just, you know, that's a conversation that will be with God, time, and self-development, man, and moving forward and just making better decisions for tomorrow.
But you know what, boss? One thing I do know, and this is from experience, a lot of times men do beguile women. Men do manipulate and lie. Yeah. But one thing I do know for sure, a lot of times when we sleeping with a woman, we don't want to have no baby by her, we tell her up front.
Well, yeah, it's
Amir, have you had that? Because I know me for sure. I got to be transparent. In my whole phase, okay? I'm past all that. I'm talking about back when I was thugging, right? Sleeping around. Mm-hmm. That's the context. I was a thot. Okay? If I was sleeping with a girl that I didn't like, let me repeat that, women, because we do it. I could sleep with you and not like you because I'm just trying to climax. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm being selfish. I'm not thinking nothing about you. If I was not using protection, I would ask, are you on a pill? Or do you have an IUD? Are you on birth control? I want to know, is there some form of birth control? Because I don't want to get you pregnant. And I know all the women probably in the comments, well, you shouldn't have did. Well, I guarantee y'all don't let somebody up in you. Don't do that, because half of y'all got a baby daddy that don't take care of your kids. So I take care of mine. Praise the Lord. So don't even play with me. So don't judge me, because mine well taken care of. Yours
tripping.
But yours behind on child support. So please don't come for me, because we can go there. All right, but Amir, do you have you dealt with women that you know you didn't want to have a baby by, and you told the woman up front?
Almost like 99% of them.
Exactly.
Even the ones I had babies with, I told them I didn't want to have babies. I still got them though.
No, but I'm saying men, like a lot of women say we manipulate them, but I know for sure, I know like for me, if I don't want to have a baby by you, and I know I'm not you protection, I need to where's the birth control, because I don't, no. I'm
Not
just
at all.
doing this.
I mean,
just to be doing it.
Yeah, well,
being honest with you.
yeah. I mean, it definitely is what it is. I mean, and I agree with you, brothers.
These women be knowing.
Well, of course they know, and that's why, man, but taking it back to the question of if the man don't want to be there, sweetheart, you just need to, soak that up and continue to move forward, and just focus on self, focus on doing better, and just making your tomorrow better. Harming an innocent child is never ever going to be a solution or option to make anything right. All you just did was just destroy your life, take a life, and become a negative statistic that works against us. That nothing about that is positive at all. I don't care if the man was a complete fool, like he's 100% just out of pocket and wrong. I don't care what it is. Nothing is worth taking. What did the baby do to you? But I can tell you what the baby did for you emotionally. What the baby did, it reminded you of him. And you took the anger out on somebody who couldn't defend themselves. Ooh. So, again, it's a problem, and it's dysfunctional, bro. It's sad. It's damn sad, actually.
Yeah. Wow.
I got something to say on that part.
What you got
on this topic? If you and the man never were together to begin with, cool, y'all had a baby. Understand that. Y'all wasn't together. Y'all wasn't probably gonna ever be together. You already knew that from the jump. You got pregnant. Let that be what it is. Don't try to change it, because it's not gonna change.
Right.
The baby not gonna make him want to stay with you. Typically, literally, when people have babies, they usually separate. So, just know the stats on that first, and then if you don't feel like you want to be with this man, don't take the opportunity for this man. He says, "I don't want to be with you, but I still want to be in this child's life." Let him be in that child's life. Right. Don't use that kid as a pawn. And a lot of these women do that. I'm going through it right myself. I haven't seen my first child in 2 years because of that bullshit. Right? Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to be with her. I never did, actually. But she hasn't let me see my child in 2 years. Right. Because I didn't want to be with you. Like, bro, it's not like you see me with my other child. Like, I want to be in these kids' lives to the fullest extent, because I understand a little girl for sure. Like, a boy needs their father, but a little girl needs their father, or we're gonna have more instances, like the ones that we have right now. They both
need the father. If you don't mind, a statistic, and I know we want to start quoting our statistics, but y'all can definitely look this up on your own. That a number of studies have proven that a single father has the exact same effect on the children as the traditional family does.
Facts. That's a fact. Those are facts.
Yeah. So that little girl needs to know how to move in the man's world, and the young man needs to become a man so he can be able to lead in the man's world.
Ooh, okay, boss.
That was nice.
Boss, that was tough. Say it one more time, brother.
I don't even know what I just said.
No, my God. That's all right. You can clip it. It's recorded.
Yeah, I know what I said. But no, it's the truth, though. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Nah, that's real, man. All right, so next topic real quick. So, we know Kevin Samuels shout out to Kevin Samuels, man. R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels, man. Yeah. But we know he brought the whole high value man context, right? To the stratosphere, to manosphere, to YouTube, to social media, period. All right, so this is a guy that I consider a high value man. His name is Ben Baller. He makes jewelry. Mm-hmm. As you know, I like wearing jewelry. Mm-hmm. But he's an OG in the game when it comes to jewelry. So he's a very successful businessman, for sure, high value man. Mm-hmm. He qualifies as a high value man. But he posted this week on social media, then he put it down. His lawyer probably told him to take it down. But he posted a video of his wife, his current wife, because they're still married, taking down the ring on the home while he was out of town.
Hold on, what now? Go ahead. You said what now?
Like the Ring doorbell.
Yeah, he took down the video camera to the front door.
Oh,
you know what I mean? While he was out of town.
This is his wife.
This his wife.
Oh wow.
Better call Sarah. Ain't no telling who was coming through that door, cause she done took down the ring where he couldn't see it. Not only that, he posted text messages back and forth between him and his children because the wife is making, having a pick between his children. But not only that, there was a thread where he was communicating to her that I gave you a life that you would have never had without me. I gave your mother a life. Anything that you wanted, I got you. But now you're trying to divorce me. And from my understanding, he's never had a scandal. He's never cheated. He's not one. He's a stand-up because he's like part Asian. So he's very cultural. He's very, nuclear family based.
Right.
But
is the wife Asian?
I think the wife she might be Hispanic.
Okay.
She looks Latin. But
okay.
The thing is this. From the messages, it seemed like he worked too much.
Oh.
That's what I got out of his message is that he works too much. He's always gone.
Right.
But he's giving you a phenomenal life. You never had to work a day in your life since you've been with him. He does everything for your mother. And because he's not there physically, but he's a high value man. And when you got a man that are out here making deals, we're talking about $1 million plays. He can't be at home all the time. And you possibly in his ear and fussing because you want attention and I'm going to make this last statement, and you in your feelings. Yeah. That you rather break up your family and then go get I don't know if she signed a prenup or whatever, try to go get a check or child support or alimony, because they've been married for years.
Oh, man.
From your current husband, and then break up the nuclear family, and then he's not in the home with his children. To go do what?
Bro, so you know what? This is interesting. I see this from all fronts. Oh, man. So, are y'all ready for me to kind of tackle this down, bro?
I want you to go all in.
Right.
That's why I brought it up.
All right, so
hold on, and let me say this last thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before balls get started. So, my whole thing was that high value men aren't always appreciated. So when Kevin Samuels came into space, he always talked about high value men have options, which they do. So I'm not gonna negate that.
Yeah.
But just because a man has money, don't make him real. Just because a man has money, don't make his sex good. Just because a man has money, don't make him have character. Just because a man have money, it don't mean he have the charisma and the personality. It doesn't mean he have. So just because you got money, it don't mean nothing, because you can have money and a woman still not appreciate you. That was my context. Go ahead.
All right. So to address your context, number one, agreed. This is why, to my brothers, we should not just be focusing on filling up one bucket, moving forward or progression. We should be focused on filling up all of our buckets. So that means from a financial standpoint, a physical standpoint, a faith standpoint, a family standpoint. And and he who is heavy that wears the crown. It is what it is, because if you're so physically fit but you're broke, it's still an L. If you're so financially fit that again, I don't know, you're fat and out of shape, it's an L. If you're just warped, and it can still be that way. So number one, here's my first front I want to address. This sounds like a woman who Ben Baller should have never wasted his time with. So I'm going to hold him accountable first. I'm going to assume that by being the high value man and also pursuing woman for the physical standpoint first, how that is a great thing. However, if you don't dive deep enough to find out who this woman really is, how that can and will turn around and bite you on the backside as it's currently biting him now. So I don't know all his details, but I would assume, based off other data in the world of men and men with money, that this was probably a trophy wife. This may have been a good looking woman who really didn't serve that much purpose outside of looking good, to make him look good. The sex was good. He was entertained in that aspect only, and he, you know, graduated her up to be something that she probably really wasn't.
Oh my God!
Oh, what you got? Go ahead.
I just Googled it.
Okay.
Boss, you don't have no information, bro. You hit it on the nail. Let me give you some game.
Wow, let's do it.
Baller married whatever his name is, LAC, whatever, in 2012. The Seattle-born model. You said it.
Bruh. Well, the thing about it is, it's right here, man. We, men and women, to the context, we're all like, nothing is new under the sun, and we're continuously making the exact same mistake that the person right before us did. Have anybody? Let me put this out here real quick. Have y'all watched the videos on YouTube, right, of the rats, the mice, and the people who make the mice trap? Hold on, watch this. People on YouTube will make a mouse trap, set it all up with the food and everything else, and let the rats, whatever, do what they do. And would you believe that one by one, after watching one rat get his head knocked off, the next mouse right behind him, without thinking about it, goes and get his head knocked off. And then the next one, and then the next, and it just does not stop. And as entertaining that may be for the quick moment of what you're looking at, that's us. So as we're giggling and laughing and intrigued to say, well, I know this rat ain't gonna do that, and he still goes off the cliff, it's even more sad because we have a brain and we're doing the exact same movement, really on all fronts. However, bringing it back to the context, that's what rich men do who are new to money. I think all rich men could possibly maybe move this way, but I do know when you're new to something and you're not used to getting something, when you do get it, you go too hard. You're doing too much. You know, again, like new money. So, you know, I'm again confident that he met a young woman that was just beauty and beauty only, and he's not used to getting no beautiful woman at that capacity. He got a beautiful woman. She gave him all the feminine energy because of who he was and what he brought financially. So he got what he wanted, and now it's coming back to bite him in the butt because the woman didn't have no character, and she knew what she was doing, and she knew she was going to play him a long time ago. That's another thing about women, and a salute to my women out there, but fellas, quit thinking, let me be clear, quit thinking you're going to outwit a woman. Brother, the only way you can outwit a woman is picking the right woman up front. Okay? If you dealing with a fool, brother, she's not a fool because she's dumb. She's a fool because being a fool has paid off for her. Being a fool had a great ROIs. You know what I'm saying? It brought back good investments for her to be a fool. She knew exactly what she was doing when she slapped the head. Hold on, Trey.
Now I'm gonna tell you, she's Filipino.
Okay, cool. A smart woman, a smart fool knows exactly what she's doing when she slaps the shit out of you, and when the police come, she start crying. There is a great investment to be earned for being a fool. They're not dumb. So our only weapon, fellas, is to be our best versions. And number two, and you pick women who are equally yoked to your character. I'm not saying don't go for looks. Have a beautiful woman because you're a handsome gentleman. But what I am saying is don't let that be the foundation of what you're doing, because if the character isn't right, it ain't gonna work. So number one, the first front would be being baller, not choosing correctly. Then number.
All right, hold on, boss. Hold on.
What you got? Go ahead.
So they met in 2009, and I think, and they got married in 2012. So there was a dating phase, there was a courting phase. So you don't. So you question his vetting process.
Yeah.
And he took time to get to know her.
Yeah. I did. I do. So let me ask you then, Trey. What does a bikini model bring to the table as far as a value when it comes to children, when it comes to marriage? Go ahead.
Well, she wasn't bikini model. She won pageants.
Okay.
Pageants is more of like dressing up.
Respect. Okay, so whatever model she is, I want to know, not to say that there isn't no value. I'm just curious to know what is the main value of a woman who makes her money based off what she looks like.
Ooh, that's tough. That's a good one. I can't even lie.
Amir, what you got? What you think?
So with pageants, typically those women, they look good, but they usually have some other qualities. Like they usually run businesses, they do other things.
Okay.
They're the smart models, basically, if you want to call them like that.
Okay.
They're the ones that they have, like I said, businesses, they run other things.
Brains
they
and
do a
beauty.
lot of philanthropy work. They actually have to do things in order to win rather than just be fine.
No,
Okay.
you're right.
She probably does do other things, but she knew getting with this man that the life was going to be there. She don't have to do nothing else. So she plays her role. And a lot of women I know play their role so freaking well. And a lot of us are dumb enough to just let them play that role.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. And the thing about it is, man, when men, we're harder to fall in love with women. But when we do love a woman, we genuinely love a woman.
Facts.
And I'm not to say that my women don't love us men. It's just, I do know it comes with a price. You know, the women, typically they're going to love you, but it's also based on what you do for them. It's based off of a space of conditions. And I'm not mad at that. But we as men have to have standards too. Maybe that's probably a better way of saying that, because a lot of us would just say, "Oh my God, she bad, she fine, that's wifey." That's not wifey, kinfolk. She's a chick. And I'm not speaking to being baller right now, but generally, man, this is a chick who show her backside for financial gain on OnlyFans, kinfolk. That's not wifey.
No, fact.
We got to tap into. Men have to have standards outside of beauty. And again, there's nothing wrong, man. Listen, you know, I want to be the best version of myself. I want my woman to be the same way. The thing is, we just got to tap deeper than just the physicality of somebody and actually get to know that character. So, but yeah, go ahead.
Ladies, let me give y'all some real game. Let me look in this camera, give y'all some real game. A lot of times, the reason us men, we go from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman is not because we hoes. A lot of times it's because we got with you, we try to see if we were compatible, and you were not. So instead of us just staying with you and dealing with you, we moved on to another woman, trying to find love. So a lot of times in the process of trying to find somebody that you care about and love, as a man, you're gonna deal with a lot of women. And it's not that we're trying to, it's just that, hey, I was with this girl, okay, we had intercourse, but in the process, I'm trying to, hey, I didn't like this about her. That was a deal breaker for me. Boom. Let me go on to the next one. That's why really dating, that's why I like, in a lot of different cultures, your husband and wife, the wives are picked for the husband because that stops a lot of promiscuous activity. That stops a lot of the nonsense. We were never created to date.
That's true.
Women were created. It's supposed to be like this. The family is supposed to raise a certain level of a woman.
That's a fact.
The father is supposed to vet the man that's trying to marry his daughter, and based off what the vetting process of the father for that particular husband, then he allows you to marry his daughter.
Right.
It's not the woman trying to figure out, hey, is this the man for me? The dad says, listen, he can provide, he can protect, he has all these necessary qualities, okay? This is an arranged marriage. One thing about it, you spend time enough, he got the necessity, the things that you need to build a relationship. He had the foundational things. Hey, y'all can make this thing work. That's a fact. So,
can I add one thing?
Go ahead.
Just a little cherry on top. It is also proven that arranged marriages last longer than regular. But go ahead. That's all.
No, that's all I primarily had. But I just want women to know that sometimes y'all be looking at us like we hoes and y'all be looking at us like we trash. But really, it's just that we just trying to find that one. And men, we are the ones that ask for marriage.
Yeah.
If that's the direction that we're going in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you're not the one for me, I'm just supposed to sit there and just go ahead and marry you. No, I'm gonna move on to the next woman.
Right.
It's just the fact that there's not a lot of good quality women based on compatibility, based off of certain individuals. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I would
so
say,
when you think about, hold on, let me say this last thing.
go ahead.
So when you think about that, there's more women than men, and then the man is supposed to choose the wife, right? A man that finded a wife find a good thing. So I'm in the process of trying to find my wife. Okay, she wasn't it. She wasn't it. She wasn't it. She was. Okay, I had sex with all of them. Okay, that was just part of the process because the woman controls the access anyway. She the one gave it up. Y'all the one give it up, not the men.
I mean, you're pushing a narrative.
So it's the woman's fault.
I mean, well,
They give it.
we're both adults, though. So
Hold on. Listen.
what you got?
You're right. We are both adults.
Right.
But when it comes to sex, when it comes to intercourse, it can never happen if she doesn't allow it.
Oh, I mean, I understand that. But to put a spin on that, then so if the woman gave the man access, and if the man chooses to not wear a rubber, and something transpired from that, then I'm asking, whose fault is that?
It's the woman's fault.
So not
Put it back up. It's the woman's fault.
Yeah, I disagree.
Let me tell you. Hold on.
Go ahead.
So you're telling me a woman knows a man does not have own protection. She allows that man to enter her. He's not forcing himself. She allows him to enter her. That's the man's fault that he entered without protection.
Yes.
No, it is not.
That's common sense, brother.
Boss, no, it's not.
Well, I will say this right here. If, as a grown adult male, if I'm not wearing a rubber with a woman, I have to take actions for my own. I have to take responsibility for my action of not wearing a rubber. So if something transpires from that, that is my responsibility. I knew what I was doing when I was doing it. So couldn't it just be a common sense answer that it's both of their faults? Why are you only blaming the woman when a conscious male also made a decision not to do something?
Okay, so that's easy. This is too easy.
Go ahead.
Boss, I don't even know why you playing. So listen, it is a man's responsibility to protect himself. That's a fact.
Oh, but then that's
No. I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead.
It is his responsibility. But when it comes to actual sex, it is the woman's responsibility to make sure that if she does not want to get pregnant or to contract something, that if a man is going inside of her body, that she makes sure that, hey, you don't have a condom, you ain't coming. Watch this. The nice, beautiful home where you lay your head at, right? Are you going to allow me to walk into your house with muddy shoes on and you see the mud on my shoes?
I get your point. The answer's
No. Amir, make sure you get that.
I mean, no, it's simple. I mean, I get it.
What's the answer?
I already said it.
Nah, we didn't get it on camera.
I said no.
Okay, so make sure
All
you got
right,
it on
so
camera.
all right, so your point is also on my end easy to dismantle as well, because to disregard a man self-responsibility is complete nonsense, period, on any topic. So now, if we're gonna break it down to sex, then what I would say is it's both their faults, because it took two adults to consent to what was going on. Meaning, if the brother had on a rubber or not had on a rubber, he made the decision to enter that woman without it. So if you're going to only blame the woman, I think that is absolute nonsense, knowing of what the laws are in America, and you're a conscious male, so you're going to knowingly stack all the bricks against you and still go into this woman raw when you know the judicial system is against you. You know the woman probably you're laying with, been with everybody in the neighborhood. You know you don't want to marry her. You know it's just a one-night stand. You just met her at Club Blue a couple of weeks ago. You got all these bricks stacked against you, but you as an adult male still did not wear rubber when laying with her, and you're gonna now a child's coming, you blame the woman. Well, you let me do it. That is not. I don't respect that. That's not how no man move. Period. And that's just my stance on that. And I wouldn't dare do no trash. That's nonsense. That's complete nonsense. Men we take responsibility for all of our movement. We're so sharp with it. We a lot of the times take the responsibilities of other people's movement, right? But if nothing else, we're going to take the responsibility of our movement. So from my lens, if a woman is allowing me in her body with no rubber on, and I'm knowingly going into a woman's body with no rubber on, and something transpired that I disagree with or she disagrees with, well, we both need to figure this out, because we both are grown, consenting adults, and we both agreed to do it. That's just my stance on that.
Did I or did I not say it was the man's responsibility?
And did I not say, okay, then I'm done?
No. But
I was done.
Hold on,
That's my only point.
Keep the camera on, boss. Did I not say it was a man's responsibility to make sure he has a condom on?
And then right when
No.
that,
Come on, bro. Give me the answer. No. Simple answer. Yes or no?
Bro,
I can't get the simple answer.
You're not letting me answer. Right when you said that, immediately I said within the conversation's done, I agree.
Okay. Now, because I got some pushback.
That's
so
totally fine.
we both agree that it's the man's responsibility to make sure he has on.
That's common sense.
Okay,
yes.
Cool.
Yes.
But who's the receiver, the man or the woman?
I understand that, brother. This is common sense. It's the woman.
Okay. So how can you say in reference to sex? We're not talking about having children. We understand that, things can happen. We are only talking about sex.
Okay.
The actual act, the consummation part. When it comes to that, whose responsibility is it to make sure that the individual that is going inside of them has on protection?
I'm not going to give the answer you're looking for. I'm saying both people.
It's a simple question.
Both.
The woman is not going inside the man, boss.
I understand that. You asked me who is responsible, and as a male, I'm going to say both. I mean, you ain't got to agree with it, but I'm saying both.
Bro, are you serious?
I said both about 9 times, bro.
Amir, put the camera on you. What's your answer? I'm just curious.
For responsibility of who's going in, so I say women give access to sex. Like unless you're gonna take it, and none of us here are gonna take it.
We don't believe that. Fact.
So I'm automatically gonna do what I want to. That what's gonna feel the best for me, right? Which is not gonna be putting it on. So I'm gonna make sure we get checked first. Make sure those STDs is coming. I'm gonna make sure we got the birth control, whatever you got going on in there, and then I'm gonna also make sure for myself. Amir, I love you. Hold on, you my brother. Hold on, boss. Hold on, boss.
I want to hear what he's saying.
Amir, you my boss. You my boy, and I love. Keep the camera on. You my boy, and I love you to death. But I was looking for a real simple answer. Is it the woman's responsibility to make sure the man has on the condom when a man is going inside of her?
I would say yes because the reason why I say that is because if she says put a condom on and I say no and I still go have sex with her, that's now considered rape.
Well, listen, okay, we ain't got to go that far. So let's bring it all the way back, Amir. All right. So you spoke on a second ago about if you are, it's the woman's job, it's her gateway for you to, of course, to be allowed in.
That's a fact.
And then as you're coming in, you're saying, at first you at least said this, well, I'm going to go with whatever feels better for me. So kind of gave off the energy that you're going in reckless. And if she's okay with you going in reckless, it's on her. Is that what you're saying?
I'm talking to you.
I'm asking.
In reality, it is because if it feels like I'm going to go with what feels best, right?
Okay.
Which is going to be Raw's going to feel best.
So, brother,
now I've already done my prerequisites of let's go get checked. Let's do all this other stuff. I don't really just have sex on the first night. That's not me. I did it when I was young, when I was real young,
right.
like high school. Right. But now I'm making sure we do the prerequisites because I got kids. I got things to live for. Right. I got other stuff. So we going to do our prerequisites. Now we going to have sex. Cool. I want to know, one, are you on birth control? If you're not on birth control, well, I'm not really just going to be busting up in you, number one. Number two, what's your sexual history? Where have you ever had any STDs? Things of those nature. I want to know these things prior to me just going all up in there. But if the moment I say we gonna have sex, we say we gonna have sex, and you say, oh well, we need to put a condom on. I say, well, I ain't gonna do that. That now becomes a SA moment rather than a consensual moment because you asked for me to put one on, and I said no. That's now. Rather than
that's consent. Also, brother, that's also because you moved the goalposts. Now you're going to where she now asked you to put a condom on, and you said no, and y'all did it anyways based off that scenario. So let's cut that part out because that wasn't even part of the conversation. Let's bring it back to you are about to have consensual sex with this woman, right? You don't have a rubber. You're not putting on no rubber. She's totally fine with you not having on no rubber. And something were to happen from that sexual experience. And you're saying by you knowingly not put a rubber on, you're going to blame it's the woman's fault for not challenging you. You're going to blame the woman for not holding you accountable when you should have been holding yourself accountable as the man. But that doesn't make sense to me.
But at the end of the day, it's literally her body. Right?
What about your
body,
Amir, brother?
Hold on, Amir.
You have the seed,
hold on, watch
bro.
this. Amir, put the camera on me. What is the famous saying amongst women?
My body, my choice.
My body, my choice.
I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to no feminism. I don't subscribe. That's nonsense. So why would I pick and choose to use feminist comments to dance on topics? I don't subscribe to a feminism point. Period.
Boss, so it's not the woman's body.
Oh my God.
I'm asking the question.
Number one, it's the woman's body.
Thank you.
Now let me prove my point. Just because you yelled don't mean you said anything.
I just proved you wrong.
No, you didn't prove anything.
Yes, I did.
Neither one of you brothers have proved anything. All of y'all are doing is exiling yourselves from your own responsibility.
No. I disagree.
That's
No, boss. I literally said that it's the man's responsibility to make sure he has on a condom.
But then brother Amir, hold on. Then really quick then brother Amir says he still blames the woman after he knowingly doesn't put a rubber on. That is hypocrisy, brother. That's nonsense. I'm listening. Go ahead, brother.
I take responsibility for everything that happens afterwards, but it's not my responsibility to make myself put on one.
So then let me challenge you both on this then. So, I mean, again, if you agree or don't.
Hold on, boss, real quick. You know you fighting two different arguments at the same time. You know that, right? I'm just letting you know. There's two conflated arguments right now.
I got you.
Okay.
So here's my thing right here. So let's drive this thing back, Amir, to what you're to what you're talking about. So you're saying you're going to take the responsibility, of whatever happens after that, right? Which, okay, I guess we can clap and say that's commendable. So now, why would you then knowingly create a broken home?
Okay.
Here you go. What they do right here, boy? Listen.
No, I asked Amir.
Okay, I'm gonna follow back.
The conversation is based off a woman you're not marrying and a woman you don't see for marriage. Why are you up-rawing her anyways? And why are you knowingly up-rawing her? Then I'm not saying you. I'm saying, but hold on.
I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out, boss.
I don't need no help. Hold on, Amir. So you're dealing with a woman you don't want to marry, you don't see long term. It's just for a time or maybe a side chick, whatever it is. You're knowingly going in her raw. Then you pat yourself on the back and say, "Well, hey, if anything bad happened out of it, or anything that I'm gonna be a man, take care of mine." You're knowingly putting yourself in a predicament of creating a broken situation because you already know you don't even want to be there. Make that make sense to me, please.
I live on the edge, man.
Oh, man. All right, Rolling Stone. I got you, brother. That don't make sense, man.
Amir, he killing you right now, bro. He killing you, bro. You gotta come better than that, fam.
No,
I know them comments. Boy, I know them people that comments tearing you up right now,
Let
boy.
me see.
Bro, that does.
Hey, listen,
I'm just saying that don't make sense.
Now, boss got a point with that. Now, my point, he wrong, but his point.
Hold on. What was your point?
Now, listen, that is the woman's fault.
No,
yes,
I still say both.
Yes, it is.
No,
it's not both. It's the man's responsibility. Watch this. First of all, let me say this. It's the man's responsibility to make sure he has on the condom, period.
Okay.
But when it comes to sex and entering the actual act, it is the woman's responsibility to make sure the man has a condom. Bro, listen, I'm going to tell you something about women. Let me look in this camera. Because y'all ladies know. Because y'all know. A man can wear a condom, and she only wants you to wear it.
Oh, that's a fact. Oh, so let me ask you this question. Watch this then.
You know the famous saying, give me a mirror. I'm allergic to latex.
Oh, boy.
I medically am allergic to latex.
Oh, wow.
No. I know women that are literally allergic, but I'm just saying that you could be strapped up, ready to, you know what I'm saying? And you, baby, I'm allergic to, and not even, They just want to feel that.
Unfortunately, that's true. But okay. I totally agree with that. Now,
so hold on, boss. Oh, I'm glad you.
Go ahead.
And I know you off the market now.
Gotcha.
So I know you can answer this because this is not you. You this is the lifestyle you used to live. So, boss, let me ask you a question. So, in your past, when you was out there doing your thing,
this topic got nothing to do with me.
No, you got to answer
this topic got nothing to do with me.
Come on, boss.
No, well,
because you agreed. No. You said it happened
as well, though, right?
Of course.
So, won't you?
No. I need to ask you.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
So you turned it down?
No. I'm not turning.
When the woman in the past, when the woman asked you not to wear a condom, but she don't like condom, did you turn it down?
Oh man, I'm a virgin.
Put the camera on, boss.
Put it on me, brother.
Did you turn it down?
I'm a virgin, my brother.
Did you turn it down?
Born again, my brother.
Did you turn it down?
I'm a new creation.
Case is closed.
All right, let's move forward with this conversation.
That's it. We done. Case closed.
Closing out. What Trey did, he moved the needle on one point that I agreed to that technically says that what he's saying has a point. However, and that point is that it's the man's responsibility to wear a rubber. At first, he was not saying that. At first, he was saying it was only on the woman's fault, and that was why I disagreed initially. Then you came back and said, okay, hold on, it is the man's responsibility to put the rubber on. Now, that changes the dynamic completely in my eyes. So now that we're holding the man accountable in the situation as well, when it comes to a woman opening her legs, you are 100% correct. The woman gives access. I got to break my own context down. You like to yell and scream, my brother. All right. The woman gives access as like we men, we give access to relationships and marriage.
I love this dude.
So yes, if the woman is giving access and access only, yes, she needs to be, of course, held accountable. And the reason why they're not is because they got a system behind them that is going to hold you accountable, rather if you like it or if you don't. So if you are a wise man, brother Amir, bringing it back to you really quick. You know, you just want to make it feel good on a random. Hey, brother, that's not the game plan. You know, we don't want to knowingly create, fractured homes. We don't, my boy said he gonna get out there. He said, hey, as long as it feel good, it's on her. No. And watch this though. There was an actual. I'm gonna close on this. There was an actual video, and I think over 100,000 views on this one. But I was addressing the brother who said the very same thing. The brother in blue. He had the blue sweatsuit on in the car.
Yeah.
And he was saying, it's her, it's the woman. I'm like, bro, how are
Not
you?
to do with the 7 kids.
Yes, him.
I ain't him.
You said what?
I ain't him.
Oh, God. Well, God bless the world, man. So, yeah, but he was saying that it was his fault.
But what you were saying was kind of on the lines of what he was saying.
Well,
that's true.
Yeah. Because what he was saying was, it doesn't matter what he did. It was the woman's fault. And as a man, bro, that doesn't sit well with me at all. That doesn't sit well with me at all. But yes, seeing that the man holds a level of responsibility and the woman also holds a strong level of responsibility, I'm totally fine with the accountability on that. Yeah. So.
All right, so we're gonna take a few minutes to answer some questions. Amir, so if y'all want to ask some questions, ask questions now pertaining to relationships or the actual topic, based on what we just dealt with. And also, if you see in the comments in the past, Amir, that you wanted to address those. But hey, right now we're gonna give y'all about 15 minutes to ask the questions right now. Amir, our producer, is gonna ask the questions that y'all put in the chat right now. So we're gonna answer y'all questions.
Oh, watch it.
PP,
my bad. Go ahead.
I think her name's PP or Pi.
Mm-hmm.
P-I-P-I. I think
it's P.I.P. She's a private investigator. P.I.P.
Oh, P.I. Okay. She said earlier when we were talking about I guess the boss guy, the Ben jeweler, the jeweler. She said this lets us know that it's not just about money. Money helps, but it's not enough. Spouses need companionship. Then she went on to say, boss, many couples get married straight out of high school and college. In most cases, neither men or women had anything, so that's only a myth, and women love men based on what that men love. Okay, it's only a myth that women love men based on what he does for her.
Nah, that ain't true. Nah, that ain't true. Nah. And let me say this. I know that does not apply to every single woman, but there is a culture of women that specifically only like, man, matter of fact, I had a married woman. I had a counseling session with a married woman. And so while we were communicating, she was complaining about her husband. And she was complaining so much that I got frustrated. I said, baby, let me tell you something. I'm tired of you talking down on your husband. Why are you even with him?
Right.
And this woman, this is a married woman. She told me this. She said, I'm only married because he provides a lifestyle for me that I cannot afford on my own.
Damn sad.
Bro, this was a married woman that let this come out of her mouth. She said the only reason. And what made me shut her down is when she started talking bad about his sex. I said, babe, we ain't doing that. I'm not trying to hear about how little it is, and you married the man knowing this. You know what I mean? But you want to talk down to your husband to another man, degrade his sex, and then you say the only reason you're with him is because of the money. That's it. And when you look at a lot of these women, most of them only want to be with, let's take Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson told the woman that he was about to marry the last one. He said, listen, if you do not sign this prenup, I'm not marrying you. He paid for the wedding. I forgot how much it was. You can pull it up. Paid for the wedding. Got to the wedding. Went down the aisle. I don't even think he went down the aisle. She would not sign that prenup. He walked out the wedding. Walked out. So you're telling me that it's a whole bunch of women. Matter of fact, half the men right now that's watching, or women that got a man right now, let that man stop paying them bills. You ain't finna stay there. Half of y'all gonna leave. Stop playing.
I mean, the reality of the matter is, again, and let's be clear, I welcome all opinions, I welcome all viewpoints, but the reality of the matter is a lot of this information has already been studied, it's already been measured. And what you just said, respectfully, sweetheart, it's factually not true. You know, it's just factually not true. You know, women, the main artery, the main vein for a woman is security. You know, so for you to say that you're marrying or dating, or any woman is marrying or dating a man based only off how they feel is a broken business model. So even for the women out there who is only marrying a man because she loves him so much, keep in mind that if you don't know this already, your love comes with conditions, and it's only going to be a window of time until your love run thin and them bills start stacking up and that stress start kicking in. The number one reason behind divorce in this country is behind finances. So if you're leading as a woman with saying, oh, I just love him so much, that's fine. But it does come with a space of conditions. And if that man do not meet those conditions for a big enough window, you will move around, go to counseling sessions like what Trey just said, talking to him directly, complaining. It's going to happen. Women y'all are just naturally wired that way. I'm not here to complain about it. We're just here to step up to it and just man up on it. It is what it is. Rather right, wrong, left, or whatever, however it falls, it is what it is. So that's why we always tell our brothers to continue to work on themselves and, and continue to upgrade. From that standpoint, but again, also bringing to what Trey was saying earlier, we don't want to just fill up one bucket. We don't want to just be super fit and broke. We don't want to just be super rich and lame and weak and can't defend nobody. We don't want to be. We want to make sure but we want to make sure we're fit, mentally fit, mentally fit, financially fit, physically fit. We'll make sure we're loving on our women correctly. If not, some of our mentors, I know my mentors, they will say that they make it their business. These are $100 million men, and they'll tell you that they make it their business to have a date night with their woman. That is a mandatory thing. And he said that the wives, they appreciate that. That's their time to put on their heels, to do their shopping, to get dolled up, to get seen, to get flaunted around, to be loved on, have those fancy dinners, those dances, those trips. They love it. They love it. And it also shows that no matter how hard I'm working, you are still a priority, and I'm not going to forget about you. You are still a priority to me. So that may be a tip for anybody out there who need it.
Bro, I just looked it up. Steven Jackson spent $400,000 on his wedding and walked out the wedding because the woman did not want to sign a prenup.
Yeah, that man was standing on business. That man was standing on business as he should. I would have hoped not spend that much money. Why does a wedding cost $400 outside of you just flexing and doing you? But I don't think Donald Trump spent that much money. Donald Trump said he spent $200K on his wedding. Donald Trump was worth at the time, I think, like $9-10 billion.
Well. The thing is, like I say, they, you know,
There's a lot going on.
PIPI proclaimed that women out here want man for their money, and that's a whole lot. Let that man, like I get, bro, you broke it down. Like I say, let that man stop paying bills. Listen, y'all do not believe in struggle love. The average woman does not believe in struggle love. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you the women.
Oh, my bad. One thing.
No, go ahead.
So Miss PI, she said, boss, most couples share the bills in the home. And I'm not to say that that's not happening. And I do agree with that. I would argue, again, I won't say this is a fact, but I would argue if the women had it their way, if it was in a perfect space, they probably wouldn't be paying those bills.
Facts.
So I'll leave it there.
Any more, Amir?
The next thing was also from PIPI. She said, men give access to sex as well, so stop it.
Well, that's true.
Men do not give access to sex at all.
Well, I think what she's
we do not.
I think what she is speaking to is maybe women are reaching for men that's maybe out their pay grade, and they're throwing themselves, and the men like, nah, I'm good.
Bro, men do not. What's she talking about?
I think that's what she's talking about. That's the first thing that came to my head. Men, well, I'll say this, rather how y'all want to word it. Men do turn down. Men do turn down. Say that every woman ain't qualified. For sure.
Amir, we do have StreamYard, right?
I am not necessarily. We don't. This is Ecamm.
So with the Ecamm, can you send the email out and the link up where people can come up? Just figure that out, and next week
I'll figure it out.
That way we can start bringing people up. But go ahead.
And then Bryce Fortson said, "Love don't sustain nothing," and that one actually that brings me to my point of how I view marriages and relationships in general.
Put the camera on you, brother.
I see marriages as a ice cream sundae, right? A lot of people feel like love is going to be like the boat or the cone, whereas love is going to be the cherry on top, where you need to have a strong foundation, which would be more of your morals and the things that you kind of do. Then after that, I don't know why this thing keeps going in and out, but after that, after you have the strong foundation of what you like, your morals and things of that nature, then you guys see, like, are you guys compatible on any type of things? What do you guys do that are alike? How can you fit each other? Cool. Then you guys see, what are you guys' goals? Okay, and then do those fit in there? Those would be like the banana splits, keeping it together, like not the banana split, but the bananas. Then you got the ice cream pieces. Like, those are the core values, which would be the ice cream. And then after the ice cream, you got the whipped cream. Is like, oh, that might be the sex. And then after that, you got the love on top to make everything just special. Now, will the relationship break down without the love? No, it won't. But does it make it sweeter? Yeah, it looks cool. But no one who really eating that cherry, to be completely honest.
Well, I have a different theology. I believe love needs to be the foundation of your relationship. And my reason is because God is love. And I'm talking about the agape type of love. I'm not talking about a phileo. I'm not talking about a hysterico, because y'all do know love is not an English word, right? So because love is not an English word, in its original context, it has several different meanings, because there's several different levels. And so the agape form of love, which is the God kind of love, is the type of love that I believe that needs to be at the foundation of a relationship. And those other things, those attributes, will flow from that particular love that God exudes. Now, the one thing that I believe that people have issues in relationships is because they don't have the agape type of love. And what they do is they point fingers, they're in competition, and they don't understand that God tells you not to love your neighbor as you love yourself, because some people don't love themselves. But God came back and he wrote that. He said, no, love your neighbor as I have loved you. How was that? I loved you unconditionally. And I believe that most marriages have conditions.
Oh, yeah.
At the foundation of the relationship is a condition.
Right.
So when you can find a marriage that has no conditions and the foundation of that relationship is unconditional, then that's the real type of relationship you want to be in. Where, because think about this, right? A lot of people don't understand that if you walk in love, you will fulfill the law. So if I love you, I'm not going to steal from you. If I love you, I'm not going to cover my neighbor. If I love you, I'm not going to sleep with your wife. If I love you, I'm not going to steal from you. If I love you, I'm not going to kill. You understand what I'm saying? So by me walking in the God agape type of love, right, a lot of people think that when you're talking about unconditional, that, well, somebody is going to do you wrong, or you got to sit up here and take the abuse and take everything that person brings towards you. No. Because the agape kind of love, you don't even experience those things.
Do you think that's obtainable?
Of course it is.
Unconditional love.
I believe it is.
Do you know somebody who has unconditional love?
I believe I do.
I mean, don't get me wrong. What you said, I mean, that would be phenomenal. I'm just curious to know, does it exist?
No, I believe it does, because I've seen my stepmother and my dad. I believe they have an unconditional love in their marriage, for sure.
Well, I'll say this. Again, I'm going to get better on quoting where I get my information from. I do a lot of studying on these topics. And then when you start just getting it from different locations, they all lead to the same path. It's like, okay, this may be the truth here, or there may be a lot of truth here. I would argue that all relationships come with conditions, from the man to the woman and to the woman to the man. And that, and I would say for all relationships, I would encourage just for the men and women just to continue to seek the Most High, to seek Christ, and just continue to work on themselves and continue to be a student. I think if men and women just continue to be a student, rather, because we all got our strong points, we got our weaknesses, so we know what we're strong at. Let's continue to focus on where we're strong, and that's a good job. And if we also continue to pour into where we're not so good and get better there, I think as long as we're putting in that effort, I think that's probably the best it would get to, as long as the effort is being applied. Because I think if once the effort stops, I'm gonna ask you, if you were to be married to a woman, and let's say today she's a fitness guru or whatever the case is, but let's say a year from now she just decides to stop and just let herself completely go, out of there go. Now she's 5'5", 240 pounds. I mean, completely a complete opposite from what you met. Would you want to A, still be there, and then B, do you think the average man would still want to be there?
So watch this. So that you can still have an unconditional love for her, but you have to understand, if somebody's not loving themselves, that's a totally different parameter.
Well, then okay, cool. So then I would argue then that then that's probably what will be the case then, because yeah, I think again, going back to the condition standpoint, so I think we're kind of at least in agreement
this is where the issue is conflating. This is where the issue is conflating.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about unconditional love, right? Mm-hmm. If I love you unconditionally, but you start doing things that traumatize me, and you start doing things that go against my value system and go against what I love and what I stand on.
Right.
See, you stepping out of that. I can still unconditionally love you for who you are, but I'm not going to stay in that situation. Because that's a totally different issue.
Okay.
That is a totally different issue.
All right.
Because you got to think about this. The unconditional love starts with the person, because you can't give me what you don't have deposited in you.
Right, there you go.
Right?
There you
go.
Right.
If you're not loving yourself, you're not going to love me anyway.
Right.
That's
you
see
true.
what I'm saying?
No, I agree. Yeah.
So that's where the issue comes in.
Yeah. That's why I was asking. I'm like, man, like, don't get me wrong. That's amazing.
We're talking about unconditional. Yeah. We're talking about unconditional love in the context where nobody disrespecting each other, and we're in sync with compatibility, and we are waking up every day trying. Every day I wake up, I'm gonna try to outplease you. You gonna try to outplease me.
Right.
That's the energy we got.
Well, then that's a beautiful thing.
That's all.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah. So then I can rock with that. Yeah, I think that effort got to be there for the brothers and sisters, man, on whatever that we're lacking in, or whatever areas that we're not doing so well in. you know, and you also know that the person you're dealing with, you know, requires that, you know, because they require that of themselves starting out. So as long as that effort is there and we're progressing forward with that and continuing to progress forward, I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think that's a space of, you know, well, she ain't there yet, but she on her way, and look at it, she cute while she doing it. You know what I'm saying? And then same later to y'all, you know, in y'all scenarios. So I think it's a good thing for sure.
All right, so listen, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Bluerayfitness, right? Bluerayfitness, even though I have a fitness company that I own, I still talk about different things, so I even get your mind fit. All right, make sure you go to www.inches360.com, support the brand. We are a health company where we focus on getting people healthy, clean out your body. Disease starts in the colon. Clean that body out. Go to www.inches360.com. Also, follow Trailer and Kurt. Make sure you follow me as Viewpoint. Make sure you like, share this platform. We appreciate all the support. We're going to start dropping more clips this week. I know I've been slacking. Me and Boss been slacking, but this week we're going to drop some heat. All right?
Oh, and also, of course, man, Boss and Twan, King and Twan on everything. And of course, in real estate from the investment standpoint, and also when it comes to doing mortgages, work with a black-owned bank. So if you are in the space of looking to purchase, you're looking to refinance, you need a second mortgage, and you want to pull some equity out, you want to do something to make something do something, you can reach out to me. You know, we're licensed all across America. I can be able to assist you. And get that going. Matter of fact, one big accomplishment we did this past week, man, we got one of our veteran sisters, Miss Janice. We got her approved, and she's found her home for $1.4 million, man. So salute to her. So God bless her. So so we definitely here for you, and to be able to assist you. So yeah, we're here.
All right, Mir, can you give out the PBS platform, et cetera, et cetera?
I definitely can. As you guys saw behind Boss, there is a book coming called Buy, Sell, and Repeat. It's the ultimate guide to buying, selling, and repeating the process of buying companies. What we will be doing on April 20th through the 24th is a free masterclass giving you guys basically the game of what we do ourselves. You can go to either pbsdollarclub.com to get access, or you can go to buysellrepeat.com to get access to that, to sign up.
All right, well, listen, man, this is me as Viewpoint. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week, and we out.
Bet.